sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. This is Kenyan Revolutionary. I'm here doing a YouTube live. Sorry, guys, I'm not using the StreamYard. I'm just straight up using the YouTube live, so you might not see this on other um, platforms, but it's okay because I will later post it out on X and Facebook and all that stuff, so you guys can share on your WhatsApp political groups and so forth, so forth. But I'm on YouTube, so karibu sana, karibu sana. Get in. Okay, karibu sana. We're just going to talk briefly about the current Kenyan political news. In brief, I won't be here for long. Um, Excuse me, I'm not gonna hold you. Woo, I. This is Ketepa. Ketepa is the bomb. Kenyan tea. Okay, please. This is the bomb. Anyway, let me not digress. The first order of business, you know what it is. Please go ahead and subscribe, share, like, comment, and all the good stuff. What are we going to talk about today? Just what's happening today. Risco Oscar Sudi addressing Wamunyoro, something like that. And also, we saw a lot of people are reacting very late about what Uhuru Kenyatta said about Gen Zs, from Atwoli to everybody else, to the president himself and his allies, of course, the likes of Aiden Duale and so forth, so forth. Sifuna also was kicking up dust. He was somewhere in Kakamega or whatever, Western, somewhere, I don't know where it was, where he made it very clear that he will not be silenced. He will not be quiet while he sees this current government leading Kenya into the wrong path, while the newly formed alliance, the ODM folks who have joined the current regime, KK regime, are applauding at his failures. So Sifuna said, and he said it right in front of Raila Odinga, saying that, hey, listen, I'm not going to be quiet about this. I will speak valiantly if the president is doing something wrong. I will not be shy about this and let them not associate this with Raila's chances at AU, which I thought it was brave. But again, to be honest with you, I don't trust anyone from ODM. Again, a lot of people are saying that Sifuna maybe has seen that, the sink is shipping. And by the sink is shipping, I mean this alliance between ODM, Azimio, and Kenya Kwanza will not last long, okay? Not only that, even if it lasts to 2027, the signs are dim, okay? Because most likely Ruto will lose or will try to rig himself in, as he said it today. I will get to that too. And guess what? People will turn their guns on everyone and everyone that was associated with this government. So Sifuna ameangalia mbele and he's trying to extricate himself from all these shenanigans, Ruto's failures. That's why he's taking that stand and coming out and telling Raila, hey, listen, I will speak up. I know they don't want me to speak up, but I will speak up. That way, if in the future he wants to run for a gubernatorial seat, or he wants to run for whatever presidency, it will be on the record that he never supported Ruto's presidency, which is the most, unpopular presidency, rule compared to, his predecessors. Of course, Uhuru Kenyatta was also there, okay? Let's not forget, Uhuru Kenyatta was very unpopular, nobody liked him. So, anyway, so that's what Sifuna was coming out. I don't trust Sifuna because if you look at Sifuna's history, he started out well. Sifuna was one of those vocal people, but his close association with Raila Odinga and the ODM party has never really sat well with a lot of Kenyans because Raila's political affiliation, and handshakes has always, dragged Sifuna into muddy waters. Remember when Sifuna was trying to pass that, conflict of interest law that was very unpopular. Remember when ODM first started having these discussions, these negotiations with UDA and Kenya Kwanza and Ruto. And Sifuna was one of those who was coming out and bashing the Gen Zs, saying, listen, we are speaking to the president in our own terms. So if you guys choose to do that too, that's on your own. But we are doing us. Remember that? So I'm not forgetting that. So for Sifuna to come out today, yes, on the surface, it sounds good. But no, I don't believe you, Sifuna. You're just an opportunist. And you want to be on the side of the people because Raila will be out of the political scene pretty soon. In the next 10 years, he'll be out, okay? Raila is 157 right now, so he won't be here forever. But Sifuna, he still have a bright future. He has a lot of time ahead of him. Let me just say let me not say bright future because I do not know that. But one thing is for sure, Sifuna is still young compared to Raila Odinga, so he will be here with us for a while. And his action now will be judged then because people like us will remind him and tell him, hey, listen, we remember who you associated yourself with, and so do not come here and try to act like you're a real revolutionary or whatever the case is. So anyway, information, in my humble opinion, I would say Sifuna, good riddance, but I don't trust you. I just don't. I don't trust you, Sifuna. You're in deep into the, you're like conjoined twins. You're too deep into this with this political elite. So I know I'm not buying it. Okay. So sorry, Sifuna fans, I'm not buying Sifuna's stuff. All right. Ruto came out and said, let's just talk about Ruto real quick. I don't have my gadget, so I can't play all these wonderful clips that I was watching. But Ruto, he was in Kakamega, somewhere in Western Province, okay? As you know, Ruto is trying to, endear himself with the Western people of the Western Province. Because, of course, if you give up the Central Province, mathematically speaking, since we have been told that Kenya is a very tribalistic country and we vote through tribal lines, Ruto, at least for him, he's looking at Western Nyanza to replace the Central, okay? So he was in Western Province somewhere. I don't know if it was in Kakamega or where, but he sounded really cocky. He was out there with his chest out, okay? He had his chest out. And he was saying whatever he needed to say. He was like, listen, hawa watu ikifika siku ya uchaguzi nitawacharaza mapema, Well, basically was just telling his opponents that, I'm not scared of you guys. You guys are not going to win. All that noise you guys are making, you're making it on the internet. Mambo ya kufanya hivi kuchokoza sijui makelele kwa internet, lakini ikifika siku ya kura nitawanyorosha kweli kweli. Basically, like I say, he had his chest out, pumping his chest, telling his competitors that come 2027, no, there's no competition. It's going to be me against me, basically. Like he previously said, he said it's going to be him versus his own record. If you're to go by his record, I don't know if he's going to win. His record will probably beat him, okay? So I don't know what he means. But regardless, Ruto was really exuding confidence. Actually, it was hubristic in many ways for him to come out there. He had his cowboy hat. Well, not cowboy hat, but a hat nevertheless, looking like a provincial commissioner during the colonial days, and his kaunda suit. And he was talking that talk. He was like, listen, 2027, I'm going to win. All my competitors are online. I'm in the field. I'm in real work. I'm outside, basically. That's what Ruto was saying. I'm outside, okay? I'm outside. While you guys are making noise on the internet, I'm outside. He even poked fun at them, saying that they don't know anything about, the whatever, the company that he was trying to relaunch up there. To me, it's just it's politics. But Ruto is he knows something that we don't know. Okay, that's number one. That's my take. Unless he's really delusional, which I don't think he is. I think he's a pragmatist. He's a realistic. He knows the truth. His head is well grounded on facts. But of course, he's playing the propaganda machine. He's trying to exude confidence. He's trying to show that everything is okay. I'm in control. I'm going to win. Trying to convince people that he still has a secret hand to play, which I believe he does. It's just not going to be a hand that we will accept or will be able to tolerate. Okay, So with him coming out and saying what he said, I think Ruto knows something. Okay, he has some, in my opinion, I think he has some things planned that are not going to be are going to be detrimental to Kenyans. Okay, I think there'll be mass rigging, there'll be violence, there'll be intimidation, there'll be more abductions, there'll be more human rights violations, there'll be no more lawlessness by the executive branch of the government, by Ruto. I'm talking about 10 times that he's already doing right now. He will basically tear off the Kenyan constitution, okay? And rule on his own whims, okay? Like he will get worse as we approach 2027. That's my take. And he will come up with some draconian laws through his minions at the legislative body to kind of design this, make this thing like easier for him to have victory. Okay, every law that's going to be passed by this current useless 13th parliament, I believe, will be designed to give advantage to the executive, to Ruto. That's why he's speaking with a lot of confidence. And this whole idea of using voting machines, I personally am against it. I've always said that voting machines are not the best option when it comes to elections. I know people are talking about technology. Technology is good, but I think there are some incidences where we don't need to have technology. Listen, go look at countries like France, Germany, and a few others in Europe. Regardless, despite being more technologically advanced than most nations, they still go back to the hand counting. Okay, it's the most verifiable way, and what do you call it? You can count on that. You can. Speaking of which, you can actually, it's the most reliable way of ascertaining who won the elections. Okay, or way of counting votes. Take a look at when the Brexit happened. Okay, we all watched how they were counting votes. The votes were brought for every, whatever polling station it was, and they will just, pour down the paper ballots, and they will count one by one with the camera in full glare. I'm not talking about something similar to what happened in Bomas. No, I'm not talking about the Bomas type where Esther Passaris was intimidating, taking votes and hiding and doing all sort of stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about having a room like this with a table, huge table, the votes in Amwagwa hapo kuna camera from every angle, and it's being submitted. This camera that's showing is live, and it's being transmitted, that is, to all Kenyans to see. That's why you see they're avoiding that. That's why you see all this laws that they're talking about. They want to pass these laws to stop the live coverage of the counting or the transmission of elections. Okay, because remember, as it stands now, we are supposed to have that. The votes are supposed to be, we are supposed to be told, in every polling station who got what and got what, then transmitted to the main, whatever, the process, okay? But you can see now that Ruto knows that if we are to have that, his huge plan of rigging 2027 elections will be defeated. So he wants to change the law where the transmission of the votes, electoral votes, or whatever votes period, will not be aired live in real time. He knows this, okay? Like I told you, I gave an example of Brexit. When Brexit happened, when people were voting for Britain to come out of the EU, we saw on television, there were election agents were there of all parties or whatever the case is, and they will bring the ballot papers, and there was a big camera from every whatever, and it was transmitted worldwide. BBC, CNN, ABC, whatever, name it, were basically showing us how they were counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, nay, yay, blah, blah, blah. And within, an hour or two, We from X polling station, we would know that people who voted for yes were 37 and no is 54. And we moved on. And it was televised, but that's what Ruto is avoiding. That's why I'm saying, from his pronouncements today, it was obvious to me that this guy has a hidden card that he's yet to play. We can only speculate what he's about to do, but you can see the signs from all this, like I say, draconian laws that dodgy laws that he wants to introduce through his minions at the legislative body. Regarding the regarding the electoral counting of the votes and all that stuff, transmission of the votes, transmission of the results, and all this stuff. Okay, things that are designed to give room for a possible massive rigging. That's why he's confident. That's why he can stand up and tell the people of Western Kenya that, listen, I have no competition in 2027, because he knows something that we don't know. We can only suspect. That's why we have to stay vigilant. But again, as Kenyans, we are not in the same page. Someone like me, I'm saying, listen, we shouldn't even have 2027. This whole IBC thing is a sham. Ruto should be removed through popular revolution. But the challenge is to rally people to see that the need of removing Ruto before then, to exercise their sovereign authority, as Article 1 tells us to remove Ruto. Then there are people who think that, okay, no, let's just keep on with this. Let's just have massive registration of voters. So come 2027, we can show up and vote out Ruto. Again, the reason we can argue for and against this, but my reasons are simple. Listen, you can vote, you can register a gazillion people to vote against Ruto in 2007. But before the elections happen, there'll be so much displaced people, there'll be so much violence and all kind of shenanigans, which will be engineered by Ruto to displace, it's easy to disenfranchise people, because you can go to your local polling station and he can send his agents and police and tell you, hey, umetoka happy? No, this is the wrong polling station. Go to the other one in Kisumu because you are a Luo or whatever the case is. There's things that you can do to move around and just muddy up the waters so, the rigging can happen. So these are the things that can be carried out. And you can see the signs, as you saw Cheragay and the others was talking about, changing this whole idea of election votes, the transmission of election results, not to be televised in real time, okay? That's a sign that they're planning something. And that's why when I heard Ruto come out speak confidently, okay, showing a lot of hubris, okay, cockiness, okay, standing there and telling us, I have no competition. Basically, that's what he was saying. That's just a sign that, hey, listen, he has something planned. That's why he was so confident saying, these people are just making noise on the internet. But to me, it's just confirming my fear. And that's why I'm saying, come 2027, before 2027, if we ever get there, there'll be a lot of mess that will happen in this country, and we have to stay vigilant, okay? We have to, be on the lookout, see what's happening. These laws that are happening, and that's why, listen, and this all thing is connected. Hear me out. This is all things is connected. Why do you think he doesn't want an IEBC in place right now? Why do you think so? I'll tell you why. Because he knows even if people don't remove him before 2027, if we have a fresh IEBC right now, majority of Kenyans are so anti-Ruto and are so anti anybody who is associated with Ruto that if we have an IEBC in place as of right now, the people will start recalling MPs and senators who are associated with this Ruto regime, okay? And that, if that starts happening, it will basically minimize his numbers, his minions at the legislative body, to a point where if there is any vote of no confidence that is brought, okay, an issue, an article of impeachment, whatever the case, that is brought on the legislative body to remove Ruto, it can be easily done, quickly done to remove Ruto because his minions will not be at the legislative body. So he wants the IEBC to be delayed enough to a point where I think it's 12 months before elections, which we are really approaching. I mean, by next August, we will not be able to, not this August 25th, but August 2026, you will not be able to recall any MP or any senator, okay? It will be impossible. By law, you can't do it, okay? I think it's in electoral, I forgot the part of the law. I think it's on Election Act, section 45. Go look at it, okay? It says that an MP cannot be impeached. I think it's 18 months after he's been elected, he or she has been elected, and 12 months before the next general election, which gives you like a window of 1 year where you can do so. So they're delaying this thing. That way you cannot recall these MPs and senators. And they're doing so because also Ruto wants to make sure that he passes all this law, because as it is, the legislative body as it is right now, the MPs and the senators, as it stands, you saw how quickly they removed Gachagua. He's in full control of these minions at the legislative body. So all these laws that he wants to pass that will favor or create an atmosphere where it is easy to rig, he is going to pass them as easy as Sunday morning. Okay, he will tell his minions at the at the legislative body to, hey, pass this law, and it would pass. You saw how they removed Gachagua. Okay, guess who's his allies there? It's Wetangula and who else? Wetangula is tomorrow. Wetangula will probably fold his political party and join Ruto, just like Mudavadi did. Okay, so these are the part of the shenanigans that Ruto is doing, is creating. Okay, he wants to make sure that the laws that favor or gives a loophole, a space, an atmosphere where he can rig the elections, he wants to make sure that those laws are passed and they are in place in preparation to 2027 elections. That's why he's delaying the IEBC, because if the IEBC is in place right now, the first order of business, what most Kenyans will do is try to recall their MPs and the senators. They know that. That's why they don't want it to happen. That's the whole that's why they're delaying this whole thing, okay? So if you see Ruto like he was yesterday, speaking confidently with a lot of arrogance, okay, hubris, as I said, he knows that he has something planned for Kenyans, and it's not good. It's to his advantage. It is designed to create an atmosphere for rigging, so that he can win a re-election illegitimately. Okay, and you can see the players are being wanapangwa. You can see the rise of Mungiki. Maina Njenga is back in the frame, starting to intimidate people in central Kenya. You can see, all this alliance they're creating. The people who are coming to create division, like Matiangis, who are in, basically Matiangis is a Uhuru guy. All right, don't think that Uhuru was saying that because he was speaking against Ruto. No, these people are together. Okay, but anyway, like I say, I won't keep this video long. It's been 24 minutes. I was trying to keep it to 30. What else did I want to speak about? So much was happening, but I forgot some other stuff. I didn't write anything. I just wanted to speak about this very quickly. In other news, President Trump, today was his inauguration. I didn't actually watch the inauguration. There's a picture going viral of the Facebook CEO, I forgot his name, Zuckerberg, and somebody else. Anyway, but the question for a lot of people, I saw the Russian president actually congratulated the president, and so forth, so forth. The biggest question we're asking ourselves as Kenyans is, how will Trump relate to Kenya? What kind of relationship is Trump going to have with with Kasongo, but that's here or there. We'll talk about that next time. I don't want to talk about that because it's too early for that. What we have to focus on is how to we Kenyans can actually find our own solution. Let's not sit in here in Kenya and think that Trump will send some forces to remove Ruto. We should find our own solutions. Okay. Of course, it's always better to have friends, but you can never count on the West. So that was the main news, international news. Besides the Palestinian prisoners who are being in New York. But anyway, we are talking about Kenyan politics, right? I won't hold you long. It's been 25 minutes. Thank you so much for those of you who watched. Like this video, share, subscribe, comment. And if you're going to watch in repeat, put your notification button on, subscribe, like, share, comment, and join me in my next live. I will probably put you guys, the link, and you'll get in here so we can talk about much stuff. I just wanted to speak briefly on what's happening in Kenyan politics. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, this is Kenyan Revolutionary. I hope you're doing good. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and always keep God first. Pray, and when you pray, fast and pray. Okay, like Jesus said, when you pray, you fast. Okay. Anyway, this is not a religious religious news, but thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Thank you, and have a blessed day, evening, day, morning, whatever the case is. I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.